We're going to set up here and make us some soil blocks to plant a few beets. We'll get set up here and then we'll make another tray. I made one this morning and got those planted. And I think what we'll do is try to get us another one started here. I'll move you in here where you can see what's going on. What I'll do, I've got a tray sitting in here, and then I'll get right here, work this dirt just a little bit, loosen it up with my fingers. It's moist out of the bag to start with. It don't take a lot of dirt. Put me in, maybe that much, 3 hands full. Any big clots in there, I just kind of break apart with my fingers. You can feel them. And then I take it, it's like I say, it don't take much water. Let me get this hose around here. 1, 2, 3, that's probably plenty of water. Now, what we do is just kind of mix that in a little bit. You can see how much water I put on that, and I may have to put a little more. We want this to a certain consistency, not sopping wet, and by far not dry, just what I put in there. You can feel it. Just work it around a little bit. It ain't that technical. And then you can squeeze that a little. See if you can squeeze a little water out. I can feel it going through my fingers. It would eventually run out. I don't want it sopping wet. I just want it to where it'll kind of bind into a ball, but yet still be able to break up. I don't want to make this like a brick. Okay. Then you can poke that down. Here's what I do. I get a hold of this just like this and reach in there and get some. Push it in there. Just like that, a time or two. And then I take my thumb and just press that down just a little. Firm, not hard. And then I'll go through it again and fill them on up. Nothing to it really. And then I put that right in the corner right there. These trays with this 2-inch blocker will make, I can put 50 plugs or 50 blocks in there. Just like I say, I rub it like that, take my finger, push lightly, level it on up at the bottom, put some more in the bottom. Push it down a little bit, and that sets your little holes in your soil blocks. Pushes the little divot down in there. Push down a little bit, lift up. I've tried in pushing this on the bottom and you can. But I think it works just fine like this right here. You want that firm, kindly. You want it to where it'll stick together, but yet not be compacted. Or I do anyway. I don't want it compacted. I want some air to flow in this thing. One little air flow, oxygen in the soil. You can pack these, I think, too tight. I guess. I don't know if you could or not. I'm going to say you can. I don't want it to where this. Now on this side, I'm going to tilt that just a little and push it right down beside there. And that gives me 4 there. Might be able to get another now before we have to mix just a little bit more dirt. Usually what I put in there will get you about halfway through a tray. Push down, pull up. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is rinse my soil blocker off. I like to rinse it out every once in a while. And then we'll go ahead and put some more dirt in there. Just like I said before, just kind of break the clots up if there's any clots. Okay. Now, the dirt, the water amount is 1, 2, 3. That's all I do, just that amount of water. And then just work it around a little bit. We're making dough. Get it saturated a little bit. You can try this. However, you know, it's got a lot to do with how saturated your soil is to start with, and this was damp. I mean, it wasn't wet, but it was damp. Okay. Take your blocker and start back again. Take your thumb, I just push it in a little. Not crazy hard. Fill it back up. It takes a little while, a few minutes to do this, but you get to thinking about it, you're eliminating a lot of pots. The whole reason that I do this with these soil blocks, I didn't used to, and I still do both, I've probably got more this year in pots than I do soil blocks. I know I do. But is the air pruning effect that you get from doing this. And you can see how long it's taking me in real time here to make enough to plant 50 plants. When I get done, there'll be 50 of these cubes in there. I don't mind at all doing this. Enjoyable, actually. Now what this is doing, this is packing them in there pretty tight. And if you don't get these out in time, when you pack them in like this, they will, the roots will run from one to the other, but they just easily come apart. I'm just doing this because I know that these beet seedlings or little plants will be coming out in plenty of time. Now, on this, all I need is 2 more blocks. So I'll just put 2 in there. I'll just make 2. And we'll shoot them right here. Like that. And I'll just pick them up, set them right in there. And that makes, whoops. Yeah, Lord. That one fell all to pieces. We'll just take that out. Let's just make the whole thing. In case that happens again, we'll have some already made. And that's what I'm looking for. I could pack these tighter where they would hold together a little bit more. But I don't want them tight. I want air, oxygen to be able to flow through there. Oxygen. There we go. Now this is a block that it makes right there. It's got a little divot in there, a little block, you can see. But now you can also see if you put much pressure on them now, they'll fall apart. That's what I want. See how crumbly these are? Look at this. But now when them roots goes in there, when the roots go in and start intertwining in that soil, it will lock all that together. It'll lock her together, my friend. I'll set these up here and we'll do a little rinsing off here. Clean up, show you how hard it is to clean up after you make these. Everybody's situation's no doubt a little different. Good idea to always keep your little soil blocker clean, rinsed off. Takes a half a minute to kind of clean stuff as you're doing this. Now, let me rinse my hand. I've got water and dirt everywhere on my hands here. Well, let's give it a second and let that water drain. I did drill my holes bigger in this, so it drains a lot faster now than it did. It took me 3 years to do it. I finally got it done. I'll go ahead and take this tray in. And these trays is thick, firm trays. They're not them little bitty thin ones. Because if you take them little thin ones and you get this full and you start lifting that, you're liable to crack them all to pieces. So you want to get pretty good trays. I'll take these in and then we'll go in here and check it out. Okay. Got some beet seeds here. And what I done with these last night was soak these. I soaked these seeds all night. And what I'm going to try to do is get them all in these holes here today. And if it's a big beet seed, I'll put one, and if they're little bitty ones, I'll put two. But right now, starting off, I'm going to try my best to drop one in each one of them. That's a little bitty one, so I'll put another one. And I know that they're, you know, most beet seeds, when you plant one, of these seeds, they've got more than one embryo in them. So they might come up, you might plant one of these seeds and 5 plants come up. And if that's what you want, that's fine. But when they get up, just select the biggest one if you don't want them in clusters, and just select the one that's the biggest one. And then pull the rest of them up, you know. These should come up twice as fast as they should come up twice as fast, 3 times as fast as they would if you planted them dry. I soaked them all night. Lay these over here. Now what I'm going to do is take my finger and lightly embed those. I ain't even gonna do that. They're down in there fine enough. Now let me get a little dirt, a little dirt to cover them with. And I'll just lightly sift this over the holes. Lightly. Just like that. Now that's got everything covered. And I'll get the hose here right quick now and show you how much water I put on them. Now this is how much water I'm going to put on them. That's it. Now I'm going to have to make room here. It's like anything else, you always run out of room, don't you? Or I do. I'm going to set these this way, I think. I think I can slide that back. Yeah, that's plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Like that. Right there. Now, get my pencil and we'll write beets. We'll write beets on that. There we go. So that's 100 beet plants that we planted today. 100. And that's a good start right there. Let me ease over this way a little. Right there. You can see that's lettuce starting to come up. Now that wasn't up this morning when I was out here. But that's lettuce. Right there's a little piece of lettuce. A little piece of lettuce, I see. A little piece of lettuce. Coming up. That's the peppers. That's lettuce. Right there. About all of it come up. Now on the end right there is eggplant. It ain't up yet. But that's lettuce, and you can see I've got more than one lettuce seed in there, so I'll plant them together. When they get up, you know, so big, I'll just trim them off and eat them and then leave one. Okay, and this is our beets that we planted today. Beets and more beets. That's 100 beets. You can see the flowers coming on pretty good. Planted me a jalapeno pepper right there in that pot. That's the Chicago Hardy fig that I ordered. Them tomatoes is filling the bucket up pretty good. And you can see the tomatoes and stuff over there, how they've grown. The cucumbers and melons. Popping up. This weather's warming up. Got some lemongrass over there at the far end on that table. Lemongrass in them red solo cups there, halfway back. And then those are the Gardener's Delight tomatoes. I done took one out and planted it. The chayote, it's growing right there in that pot. Everything's looking good. Yeah, you can see how everything's growing. It's doing good. all the tomatoes that were little bitty things. The ones in those soil blocks is kind of dragging. It's chard, cucumbers, cantaloupes, onions, okra. Everything in here right now is capable of going out in the garden. Today's the day, and today's the 20th. I said I was going to wait till the 20th. I've looked at the weather. Everything looks good. So it's time to go ahead and put stuff out. I need to water this stuff, some of it a little bit. I'm just going to give it a light watering. It knocks some of the stuff down a little bit, but it won't hurt none. It'll pop right back up. It's probably the cold. It's that cold water. When them plants gets up like they are now, it don't take long to suck that moisture out of them pots. So it takes more water. You can see that laid them tomatoes down there. That's all right. They'll come back. A little on the fig, a little on that tomato, a little on that. Give them a little drink. When you plant that lettuce and that little bitty seeds and stuff, and you got them just barely under the ground, 1/8 of an inch under the dirt on top, you got to keep an eye on that stuff till it gets took off. Because if you let that germinate and it's dry, they're apt to just dry up and die. So you want to 2 or 3 times a day, unless you got a dome over them, and then you're all right. But I don't have no dome over this stuff right now. No dome. Now here, I'll show you what I was talking about. I told you I'd show you a block that I made. I went out in the chicken pen and took a tiller and tilled up the ground good and fine. And then I took that dirt and brought it over here and I mixed it with garden soil. I thought I was getting about 50-50. So I made some blocks, and I bared down on them. That's what I was talking about over there a while ago. You don't want them blocks compressed. So anyway, I made some blocks and planted onions in them. But the onions were 6 or 8 year old onion seeds. I wasn't expecting them to come up. And I'll get one of these blocks and show you this block. And that block is like a brick. I mean, it's hard. So what I'll do, I'm gonna try to rip that open. And I'm looking for an onion seed or something that might have germinated. And I see absolutely nothing. They would probably push through that, but to me it's a little bit, yeah, right there. I think I just seen, yeah, I did. So I may be I thought I did. Let me take Let me take a water hose here to this. I was thinking that was a onion. No, it ain't. I thought it was an onion seed, but it wasn't. I doubt if they come up. I'd say that, you know, I'd say that's packed a little bit too tight. I'm gonna hit it with a little water today anyway. Won't hurt to give it another day or two. It won't hurt to try. Okay. Just like I said, now it's time. The plants is in good enough shape to get these plants in the garden and let that sunshine take over. So I've got a lot of planting to do, hundreds and hundreds. Okay, I won't keep you all day. That'll be it today.